Schrock Innovations presents the Midwest #1 independent computer repair company with service centers in Lincoln, Omaha, Papillion, Des Moines, and across the country via the Schrock desk. This is Compute This.
Good morning, folks, and welcome into Compute This. My name is Thor Schrock. I'm the owner of the Schrock Innovations Computer Company with service centers, like the big voice said, 4 different places. Now, just a quick note, I'm going to make sure in Des Moines, Schrock is closed on Sundays in Des Moines. All the other service centers today, which is November 20th, will be closed today. So all service centers are closed today. We have a company party this afternoon. We're going to go and we're going to bowl and we're going to play laser tag and we're going to, have a good time and eat some good food and just relax and be thankful for the team that we have. These guys and gals work so incredibly hard. Before we get into the show, I just want to let you guys know we're having the same staffing issues that everybody else is having out there. We had a new hire for the Omaha Service Center this week. He lasted 4 days. Said, "Yeah, I don't really like the pace, man. It's too fast. It's too busy," and he left. I mean, he was a shoe salesman before that. Why are you laughing? I mean. He was a young guy. He was going to school for IT. He had all the right things on the resume. It's just he couldn't handle the intake of, what do we get, maybe 12 people a day in the service center, and then phone calls, 20, 30 phone calls. It stacks up after a while, I suppose, but he couldn't handle the pace, and so he left. And the week before that, we had a guy that came and worked for us, and he said, the job is fine. You guys are great. I'm just not having fun. So yeah, I think I'm gonna bounce. So we're having the same staffing issues. We're plagued by the same people. I saw a report this last week, and normally this is aftershock material, but because we have a party this afternoon, there will not be an aftershock. So I'm going to try to bring a little bit of the aftershock into the main show, just so that we cover everything here. But I saw a report, I don't know, a few weeks back, maybe last week, I can't remember when, that it was Mike Rowe. It was Mike Rowe said there's an epidemic of basically middle-aged men, 25 to 35-year-old men who are just losers, who just don't want to work, who just live with their parents in their parents' basement. Not because the economy is bad or because they're disabled or whatever else. It's because they choose to live that way. I don't know if that's what it is or not, but I mean, that's our target demo, guys. That's where we get our peeps. And so we're very thankful for the people that we have. We are continually trying to augment our staff, but we're having the same staffing issues that everybody else is having. The only difference is we don't put up a sign on the door saying, "You're going to have crappy experiences in here today," because we're short-staffed. We put on the smile, we go out front, we do the thing. And we try to make sure that your experience, your individual experience as a customer at Schrock Innovations is good. That's what we want to do. We want to make sure that we take some time to reflect on the people that make that happen and make sure that they know that they're appreciated. So we're gonna take one Sunday afternoon and we're gonna go shoot laser guns at each other and go bowling, and I'm gonna probably get beaten very badly. I'm already stretching because I'm an old man now, so I'm already stretching so that I can compete in the bowling this afternoon. Because otherwise, the first game I'm all like Bambi out there, all stiff, and then I'm finally loosened up by the second game. But everyone else is tired by then; they don't want to bowl anymore. So we're gonna have a good time this afternoon. But I just wanted to let everybody know the service centers will be closed today, November 20th. Keep in mind, Lincoln hears this show a week later, so in Lincoln, when you hear this, we're open. But November 20th, the shops will all be closed. We'll post about it after the show on Facebook as well. The phones will also, of course, not be manned, so you won't be able to call in and get assistance to this afternoon. But we will be back in the service centers Monday morning at 10. All right, so numbers to join us on the program this morning, 888-250-2091, 888-250-2091. If you missed last week's show, honestly, the reviews for last week's show were off the charts. It was kind of like, okay, I did something kind of accidentally here that everybody liked. So we're gonna do more of that, right? So last week was a really great show. If you missed it, it's okay. It's up on our website at SchrockInnovations.com. You can watch the video there. You can pick up the audio there. Last week we told you about a rare find. In the service center we had a 2010 holiday special running a generation, or sorry, it was a 2015 holiday special, running its original Gen 1 solid state hard drive from 2015. How? But it was. Well, it wasn't anymore. It was in for a bad hard drive, so we replaced it. But we did get all the data off of it, which is crazy. We reminded you to reboot your computers last week because it was Patch Tuesday and there was a lot of updates. We gave you some holiday travel tips, things to keep your computer and your phones and everything safe while you're traveling this holiday season, whether that's through airports or on the road. Also, we told you about the advantages and disadvantages of BitLocker. BitLocker is one of those things that a lot of people don't know they're actually running. If you bought a new computer, especially a higher end computer, it probably came with BitLocker enabled already, and you didn't even know it. You didn't turn it on. You didn't tell it to go. But unless you sign into a Microsoft account, if something ever happens to that computer, you don't have that BitLocker key, and you don't have a Microsoft account where it's stored, you're not going to get to your stuff. So we told you all about how BitLocker works and how if it's something you should even use, if it's something you should turn on your computer or not. Sorry, I'm getting texts about my old manage here. All right, so that was last week's show. It's all up on the website. This week on the program, time is almost up for you to score your $100 discount on the 2022 holiday special laptop and desktop. We are blowing through inventory this year, guys. It is insane. It's one of those things. Everybody, of course, is very concerned about the economy. Everybody, of course, is, we're hearing all kinds of things. That Target just put out a profit warning, basically saying that they expect a subdued holiday season. What we're seeing at Schrock is that when there's value proposition present, people are purchasing those things. And when there are options or frills available, the purchase of frills is definitely down. People adding second monitors to holiday specials, things that are just not necessary but would be nice. We're seeing a pullback there, but we're not seeing a pullback on the value proposition, which is, of course, buying a $3,000 computer for $1,599 and then getting a $100 discount to do it in November. So that's we're selling lots of holiday specials. We're selling lots of modular computers and solid state laptops because there's a value proposition there. We're just not seeing a lot of the extras going on. So people are getting data transfers. People are getting upgrades to Professional. People are getting copies of Office, like the things you need. But they're not adding second monitors or upgrading to 27-inch monitors or doing all those things that we would see in previous years. So there's definitely a change in behavior going on, but the change in behavior is basically making sure that you're making every dollar count right now. And that's one of the things that we want you to do over at Schrock Innovations is if you're thinking about grabbing a holiday special, it makes a whole lot of sense for you to grab it in the month of November because you save $100 off just by buying it in November. There you go, boom. Then in December, that credit goes away and it's the full price, basically, which is still at our cost. We're literally selling them $100 below our cost in the month of November. Again, that's stupid. That's crazy. Why would a business do that? There's got to be a catch, right? All those things you think. Here's the catch. We know that if you buy a holiday special, you're going to keep it for about a decade. We want you to be our customer for the next decade. We want you to purchase your antivirus through us. We want you to purchase your secure updater through us. We want you to come to us for maintenance checkups. We want you to come in when there's new versions of Windows 10 so we can upgrade your computer for you. We want to provide you with these services, and the computer is the gateway that gets you into those services. Yes, we could do all that if you bought an HP, but then in 18 months, you're going to throw away your HP or your Dell or whatever, and you're going to buy a new one. And then you're going to be that customer in our database that has 27 assets. That's what we call computers. They have 27 assets in their under their name, and most of them are gone, but we don't know which ones are gone, so we just have to monitor all of them, and we're sending you maintenance reminders on a bunch of devices that you don't even have anymore. And then you unsubscribe because you're tired of seeing the emails. You're that guy. So basically, when you do come in, we try to close out any we have a lot of devices here. Do you still have that Sony Vaio laptop from 2012? Do you still use that? No? Okay. We'll mark that one as recycled for sure. So we try to keep that under control there. But so like I said, the holiday special coming up on the tail end of this here for the month of November to save the $100. You definitely want to do that. We want you to be a customer for the next decade. We want to provide you with an incredible value as an incentive to make you a customer if you're not already. And if you are a customer, we really appreciate you referring your friends and your family. I can't tell you the number of people especially There was a particular thread in the Omaha Service Center. There was one guy who came in with a gaming computer. He had a problem with it. He'd built it himself. It was a simple fix. It was like a loose plug, or it was something simple, right? He came in under the new customer coupon. He got his first hour of labor for free. And we were able to pretty easily fix the problem in the first hour. And so, we did some other cleanup and diagnostics. We used up the rest of the time, doing other diagnostic work and cleanups, registry repairs, operating system checks, just to make sure everything else was good to go. And then we sent him out the door at no charge. And he was just dumbstruck that he didn't have to pay anything. So he told a friend who was having trouble with their gaming computer, well, if you can't figure it out, take it over to the boys at Schrock. They'll figure it out. They figured out mine. And so then we had another customer come in. And then that guy was so happy with the service, he referred 2 other people to us. The second person that he referred is a local commercial real estate agent who ended up spending probably $7,000 by himself in the service centers over the next 2 weeks of buying computers for his whole family because he was so impressed by the service. You guys have no idea how one recommendation or one mention at the Thanksgiving table, wink, wink, nod, nod, can make a huge difference for us and make a huge difference for the people that you love and care about, because we're going to provide them with the same great service that we provide you with. On top of that, we're seeing this pullback from the consumer in our industry. Nobody wants to deal with consumers. Everybody wants those business accounts. We actually are kind of the opposite. We'll take business accounts. We have a business program for that. And we can do it, but we treat the business like a consumer, basically. So we're ideal for businesses with 20 computers or less is where our wheelhouse is. When you get over that and you start getting into, Exchange servers and things like that, that's the kind of like where we're saying, you might be better off somewhere else. That's not our wheelhouse. It's good to know your limitations. But basically, we seek consumers. We seek people who need our help, individual people. Whereas we've had 2 competitors in the Omaha metro area and 1 in Des Moines who have gone by the wayside. They either have gone on to business or they've said, we're only servicing business accounts now. And they've literally turning their consumers away. And they're coming to us saying, well, where I was going before turned me away. And then when they leave, they're like, I can't believe I ever went to that other place. You guys are awesome. So, there's been just a lot of new faces coming into the service center. So I just wanted to say thank you for everyone out there who has made a recommendation to their friends and family for us as well. All right, so time's almost up to get that $100 discount. Number 2 on the program today. Did you know that Amazon will buy your old electronics from you? They'll actually pay you in an Amazon gift card. You get the gift card in about 10 days after you send in your device. So there is still time, if you have old electronics laying around, to turn them into Amazon gift cards that you could use to buy Christmas presents and still get before the holidays. We're going to tell you how the trade-in program works over at Amazon. Backups 101. We're going to talk about backups today because one of the things that both the holiday special laptop and desktop come with internal backup hard drives. When customers come in for maintenance checkups, when you have a venture computer that has safe and stored backup, when you have any holiday special that has safe and stored backup, or if we've installed a backup system in your computer over the years, when you come in for a maintenance checkup, we check your backup, especially if it's an internal backup, the one that's built into the computer. We check it to make sure it's actually backing up because no one ever checks their backup, right? Until you need it. And we've had a couple situations. We had a guy come in. He had never had his holiday special in for like 8 years for anything. And his solid state was failing, and his backup was from 2021. That was the last time it successfully backed up. Something went sideways somewhere along the way, and if we would have just seen it, we could have checked it for him. So what we're going to do on the program today is we're going to tell you how to check your file history backup, and then we're going to talk about the different types of backups, because we get this question all the time. Should I go with Carbonite? Should I do a cloud backup? Should I just use Dropbox or OneDrive? Should I use an image? Buy some software. Should I use the software that comes on the external hard drive that I buy, like my Western Digital backup software or my Seagate backup software? Or should I use this file history thing that Thor's always talking about? What about that image backup for Windows 7? Is that still around? Can I use that? So we're going to talk about all the different types of backups so you can determine which one is right for you. There is no wrong way to back up your computer. There's just the way that's right for your situation and right for if something would happen to you, having to restore it. Also, wrapping up the program today, another really popular one that we're seeing with all the holiday special purchases, people coming in, buying holiday specials, and telling us that they'd like us to install their Office 2010 on their new holiday special. And we're like, yeah, we can do that, but you sure? I mean, this thing, if you open the wrong document with Office 2010, you're going to get ransomware, and we can put Sophos on the computer to protect you against that. But why invite the devil into your house? You know what I mean? Why are you doing this when you should buy a new copy of Office? Well, then the question comes up, should I buy Office 365 or should I buy a standalone copy? And again, there's not a wrong way to buy Office. There's just the way that's right for you. So we're going to talk about the difference between those two versions there as well. 888-250-2091 is the number to join us on the program today. As we do every week, at the end of the show, we will be drawing a $25 Schrock Innovations gift certificate that you could have just for calling and being a part of the program today. We are streaming live at facebook.com/Schrock Innovations. You can watch the show there if you'd like, with 43 of your closest friends right now on the stream. Good morning, everybody. Mary, Randy, Roger. Good to have you all here. Once again, because somebody after the program is going to post angrily to Facebook, hey, where's the Aftershock? There is no Aftershock today. So when people post that, you can answer it. And then there's some guy, who said that I was on vacation last week, and he posted on Facebook. He sent us a message saying he wants to talk to the boss. And they're like, boss is on vacation. They're trying to be polite. Can I help you with something? Because everybody says they want to talk to me, and they actually want to talk to one of my people usually, but they all start with me because I'm on the radio. And this guy, is like, you're going to lose a customer if I don't talk to the boss. So I got back from vacation. I saw the message last night, so I posted, this is Thor. How can I help you? And I don't know if he didn't know who Thor was, or if he didn't realize it was the boss, but he hasn't answered me back yet. So I don't want to lose. If you're that potential customer that I could have lost by not answering you while I was gone, I apologize. I was gone, but I'm back. And so I answered you. So if you want to look me up, I'd appreciate it. 888-250-2091. You don't want to lose a single customer if you can help it. All right. So holiday special, laptop and desktop, still on sale over at Schrock. To recap, for those of you who haven't heard about this before, the holiday special is sold at our cost in limited quantity, with the idea being we know when you buy this computer, it's going to last you a decade plus, because it is so wildly over-spec'd for what you're doing with your computer. People come into the service center and they say, Thor, I'm just an average user. I just use my computer to do X, Y, or Z. And everybody says the same X, Y, or Z. I use it to check my email, maybe pay a bill online, surf around on the internet a little bit, keep up with the family on Facebook, just normal stuff. Guess what? That's a normal user. You are a normal user. I am not a normal user. You're a normal user. Some of our customers are not normal users also. And some of them are very basic users. Some of them, they load up that. I had somebody come in with a Juno email address the other day. I'm like, Juno? Really? He goes, yeah, you haven't seen that one in a while, have you? He was very proud. Juno email. But, if you're still on Juno, you're not a huge user, right? So when you buy a computer, it's tempting to go out and get that Black Friday deal for, I could just get this cheap computer, this cheap laptop for $400, and wow, it's got everything that I need. And it does today. But then as the hard drive fills up and then it fails because it's too full, and it stresses out the drive, or because the computer takes forever to boot up after you load everything that you want on it because it only has 4 gigs of RAM in it, or whether the screen, when you play videos and look at pictures, your eyes get really tired because it's got a really cheap screen in it. And the keyboard's got a weird feel, and sometimes the X key doesn't work. Those are the kind of things that you get on these Black Friday laptops. When you go to purchase a holiday special at Schrock, it's the exact opposite. Everything is super high quality, super fast, way more than you need, because over time your needs will change. Whether you go with the laptop or the desktop, your needs are going to change. I mean, 6-7 years ago, you were still getting Netflix mailed to your mailbox. Look at how your needs have changed over the years, right? Speaking of which, I have a question. I was going to do this during the Aftershock, but there is no Aftershock today. So I mentioned that we're going to be blurring a couple lines here. Give me a call, 888-250-2091. And for those of you on Facebook, leave a comment. I want to know what streaming service you use. All the streaming services are going ad-based right now, and the ad agency we work with doesn't have an opinion on any of it. They basically tell us to go buy traditional TV news commercials, and they completely ignore any kind of online advertising at all. Probably because they can't make money selling it would be my guess. But I want to find out from you what streaming service you use, because Hulu wants us to put ads on it. As you know, Netflix is going to be putting ads up soon. Disney Plus is going to be streaming ads soon. So where should Schrock put its commercials? I want to hear from you as well. Let us know what you're watching, because we want to find more people like you. 888-250-2091. All right. So holiday special laptop, desktop, $100 off for the rest of the month. Time is running out. If you want to purchase online, because we are closed today, when it asks you for the coupon code, put in coupon code HS2022. HS for holiday special 2022. And that's your coupon code for $100 off, good through the end of the month. So you can purchase online at SchrockInnovations.com, even though we're closed today. 888-250-2091. Going to take a quick break. When we come back, Amazon has a recycling service that pays you for your old electronics. And we're going to tell you how you can make some holiday cash coming up next on Compute This.
Schrock Innovations Data Recovery Lab saves the data the other guys can't. The next time your hard drive, camera card, or flash drive fails, let Schrock get your data back. External hard drives are handy. You can back up multiple computers to them, or even use them to move lots of data from one computer to another. Computer users have been buying the same old external hard drives for years. While our computers have been getting faster, we still do backups that take hours, or watch epic progress bars creep by to move files. Schrock wanted more for our customers, so our innovators created the fastest external hard drives on the planet. Schrock modular storage devices are up to 50% faster than Seagate or Western Digital externals, and are modular in the truest sense of the word. We can create whatever size and speed of drive you need for all of your needs, and all modular storage devices come with a data restoration guarantee. If you use our drives for backing up and your computer's hard drive fails, we'll restore your backup to your repaired computer for free. Fast, simple, and flexible technology solutions from Schrock Innovations. It's what we do. Compute This pro tip number 753. Have you ever wondered how the bad guys always seem to find a way into your computer? Gone are the good old days of email worms and I love you viruses. Nobody wants to steal your data anymore, or in many cases even your identity. Today's cyber criminals want to sell access to your computer or hold your data for ransom. The bad guys are exploiting zero-day vulnerabilities to break into systems that are supposed to be hack-proof. These vulnerabilities are always newly discovered, and the criminals have a brief time to exploit them before they get patched. Antivirus and firewalls do not prevent these attacks, but you can minimize your computer's exposure by installing all security patches as quickly as possible. The average computer needs 12 patches a week. That's not including the ones that are automatically delivered to your computer. Boost your cybersecurity by staying on top of it manually, or use a patch installation program like Secure Updater to get your computer the patches it needs. This pro tip is brought to you by Schrock Innovations Computer Company.
Alrighty, folks, Facebook is popping today. Lots of questions and people asking all kinds of stuff. So once again, Sebastian asked, why is there no Aftershock today? And I said, because we're having a Christmas party for my people today. And so we're gonna go have some fun this afternoon. We're closing down the service centers it's a short day, it's a Sunday. That was the compromise. It's a 5-hour day. We're gonna close it down just today, November 20th. We'll be reopened again on Monday. And then of course you can always shop online at SchrockInnovations.com. And all right, 888-250-2091. That's the number to join us on the program. I've asked, give us a call. Let me know what streaming service you use, or maybe you don't stream at all. I want to hear that too. Like, I don't stream at all, Thor, or I use Netflix, or I use Amazon Prime, or you tell me what you use, and that will help me understand better where my customers are coming from, so I know which of these services to consider if we're thinking about putting commercials on streaming services coming up here in the future. All right, so Amazon has a recycling program that will pay you money for your old electronics that you're not using anymore, and they give you money in the form of an Amazon gift card that you can then use to purchase other items on Amazon. So this is it's called Amazon Trade-In. So if you Google Amazon Trade-In, that's how you'll find it. It's basically give your old devices new life. Get Amazon.com gift cards and up to a 25% discount on qualifying Amazon devices. So basically, you can trade in any kind of old electronics. Now, specifically, they're really looking for Amazon devices. They want your old Alexas. I won't say it because everyone will go off if I do. All your old A-word devices, those little pucks and things, they want those. They want your Fire Sticks, your Kindles, your old Kindle readers that you're not using anymore. We see these recycled all the time at Schrock. The first thought when I saw this was, heck, I bet I could go through the recycle bin at Schrock and probably scrounge up a couple $100 for myself, just from the stuff people have been throwing away. So basically, you can go onto their website. Of course, it's Amazon, but if you Google or search for Amazon Trade-In, you'll get a result that takes you directly to the page where you can click on the link and literally they want Kindle readers. They want your old Kindle tablets or any tablets, including iPads. We recycle old iPads all the time. Streaming media players, Echo, Bluetooth speakers, headphones, all that kind of stuff. Home security devices, if you have an old Ring doorbell, something like that you're not using anymore. Wireless routers. Lots of you have old wireless routers laying around because we get them recycled all the time. But you can trade them in over at Amazon. Also, gaming equipment, old gaming consoles and things like that. And cell phones. Old cell phones you can trade in there as well. So I decided, let's take a look and see. I'm going to click on cell phones. And I have a Samsung. And let's see if I was going to trade in the phone I'm using now. It's an S series. It is an Galaxy. Find it here. Oh, it's not. Is it not on here? Let's get the closest one. An S21 Ultra. I would get $275 for my cell phone. I could probably get more on eBay for it if I sold it, to be honest. But I'd have to sell it, and then I'd have to do an auction, and then I'd have to pack it, and eBay would take 15%. Then I'd have to ship it, and then if the guy gets it and he doesn't like it, he can return it. And so it's like there's a lot of rigmarole there. You can just go to Amazon, click select Galaxy S21 Ultra, and it says my trade-in is up to $275, and a factory reset is required before shipping the device in. Let me see. I'm on carrier. It's T-Mobile now. Does the device power on? Yes. Are there cracks on the screens? No. Has your device been removed from your online account cloud? I'll say yes. And is your device still being financed through your carrier? No. Based on above, you'll get $275. So I could send him, if I was going to get that Galaxy Fold Z phone that I've been looking at, but I can't, I don't need a phone that folds into a 7-inch tablet. I don't need that. I don't know that I would ever use it. It's really bulky, so I'm not sure, but I came to the very Nebraska conclusion that the phone that I have works just fine. It's not quite 2 years old. It's still very current. I don't need a new phone right now. But if I did want a new phone right now, or if somebody got it for me for Christmas, for example, I could take my old phone to Amazon and get $275 in Amazon gift cards for it that I could spend on anything I want at Amazon. So if you have old phones laying around, what's more likely? More likely you're going to have like an iPhone 5 lying around or something like that, right? So let's go down. Can I go down to a 5? I can go down to an iPhone 6, okay? So let's say I have an iPhone 6S. I can get up to $13 for that device. Woo-wee. iPhone 7 up to $23 for that device. iPhone 8, getting a little more likely here to be something that you have laying around that was recently replaced, up to $81. Let's say if you have the 11. The 11, we're currently on what, 14? So an 11 is considered old right now. $171 if you have an iPhone 11 laying around. So you're starting to get a little interest here, right? You could fill out I clicked 5 buttons, man. They send you a shipping label. You put it in a box and you ship it in. That's all you have to do. You don't have to wipe it down. You want to reset it, of course. You don't have to like clean it or pack it or take it to the UPS store. I mean, you can literally just drop it off at Whole Foods or something. It's really slick. So anyway, if this is something that's of interest to you, you can Google or search Duck on Amazon Trade-In, and you can click on the devices they have, whether there's tablets, cell phones, anything like that. Let me see. I have an Apple iPad 8th generation, so a 2020 iPad, something that's a couple years old. Will get you up to $150. A Microsoft Surface tablet up to $175. So there's a lot of good money that you can recoup from those old electronics, or you can throw it in Thor's recycle bins at the service centers. We recycle for free. Wink, wink, nod, nod. I might be digging through those bins myself later this afternoon. 888-2, we're closed, so I can do that. 888-250-2091. You come in there, my feet are just kicking out of the bin as I'm rummaging around. Woohoo! I found a 2022 iPad. Oh my gosh, guys. All right, we're going to take a quick break so I can regain some sanity here. I'll grab some comments on Facebook, and then when we come back, Backups 101. What should you do to make sure your files are safe and protected? Should you go cloud? Should you use OneDrive? Should you do a local backup? And if you do a local backup, how should you do your local backup? We're going to go through all the options coming up next on Compute This.
Schrock Innovations repair technicians also make house calls. Make an appointment and let us bring our award-winning computer support right to your home or business. Schrock Innovations has spent nearly 2 decades working to make your technology life easier, and SchrockInnovations.com is no exception. Now you can order new modular computers and solid-state laptops directly from our website, find innovative new technologies like our modular storage devices, and get free help and tips. Take a look at the special section to find sales on one-of-a-kind items, display models, refurbished units, and our latest special offers. Swing by the Compute This page to watch TV segments and archived radio shows, or even get one-on-one help through the Schrock Desk. As always, we respect your privacy, so we secure our website with the latest encryption technology and only the most secure payment methods. You can pick up your purchases at any of our 3 service centers or have them shipped directly to your door. SchrockInnovations.com makes technology simple. It's what we do. And now, Compute This pro tip number 373. Everyone knows we're supposed to back up our computers and then check those backups periodically to make sure they're working. So why don't most people do it? Lots of people have different ideas about what backing up means. Is it copying files to a flash drive? Is it using a fancy backup program? And how do you know it's working anyway? Windows makes backups easy through free software that's already on your computer. Open your control panels and click Update and Security. Select Backup and choose from all of the available options to get a regular, reliable checkup. You'll need something to back up to, like a Schrock modular storage device or some other backup hard drive. Backups usually run once a week, but you can always change the frequency. The best part is that if your backup ever fails, you'll see a notification in the lower right corner by your clock telling you something's up. Backing up your important data has never been easier, so take a moment to back up your computer today. This pro tip brought to you by Schrock Innovations Computer Company.
This is a Fox News alert. I'm Karen McHugh. Another mass shooting overnight, this time in Colorado Springs at an LGBT nightclub.
We have 18 injured and 5 deceased.
Police Lieutenant Pamela Castro, the suspect was found at the scene and was also injured and has been hospitalized. In North Carolina, a young girl who was injured by a parade float vehicle during a Christmas parade Saturday has died.
Raleigh police say the driver of one of the trucks towing a float lost control and hit the girl. She was a member of a dance troupe performing in the parade. Some parade attendees rushed to try and stop the truck from running over anyone else. Police say the 20-year-old driver faces reckless driving and other charges.
Fox's Ashley Strohmeyer. And in Waltham, Massachusetts last night, one person is dead, several injured when the charter bus they were riding in crashed into a tree. America is listening to Fox News.
Now, the News Radio 1110 KFAB Weather Watch.
We'll have sunshine today with a high around 50. It will be breezy. Southwest winds could gust as high as 28 miles per hour. Clear and 23 overnight tonight. Monday, sunny with a high of 45. And then Tuesday, sunshine, warming back up to 52 for a high. There's your weather forecast. I'm Roger Olson.
Alrighty, guys, you guys stream a lot of stuff. Wow, I'm like reading through the list of everybody telling us how they stream a lot of Paramount Plus. I mean, I guess I do stream from Paramount Plus, but I do it through Hulu, HBO Max, Prime Video. Let's see what Disney Plus, a lot of Disney Plus, Prime Video, Netflix, YouTube. Don't stream, but I get Peacock for free. But isn't Peacock their streaming service? Maybe they're saying they go over the air for free. My top 4 streaming services: Netflix, Pluto TV, Tubi, and News Channel Nebraska. Many of the independent ISPs have a local TV channel that sells spots pretty cheap. That would reach the rural areas. Yeah, they do. No streaming, just AT&T and DirecTV. All right. So thank you guys for letting me know. And please continue if you stream your television or what you watch for television. I'd like to know what service you stream on, because a lot of them are introducing advertising models now. Netflix is, Hulu has for a while. Disney Plus is going to start soon. But basically, they're going to offer discounted versions of the streaming service if you're willing to take ads. Or in the case of Hulu, you're going to pay them $90 a month like I do and still have to watch flipping ads because Hulu. Yeah, that's fun. They have network ads. So if you want to carry like the HBO stuff, you have to, even though you subscribe to it, you have to watch the ad, and they interrupt the show. It's very frustrating. Very frustrating. But anyway, 888-250-2091. I want to hear what you stream as well. Coming up here on the program, I want to make sure I remind everybody that holiday special laptop and desktop are still available at this point. We are a little over 50% of the way through the I think we have 40. Last time I counted, this was last week, we had 46 desktops left. Laptops are running a little bit ahead of that because more people are buying the laptops. But they're still available. We're not going to sell out in the next day or two or anything. But we usually sell out before the end of the sale. Christmas Eve, we're open for a short day, and we usually have somebody coming in begging us to buy the display model because they need something to put under the tree and they can't wait. It happens in almost every service center every year. So it's kind of funny. Otherwise, if we don't, then the next day when we're taking them down on Christmas, we get people calling us because they didn't get one for Christmas and they asked for one. They want to see if we have any left. And, it's, oh, we got a display here. Can I get a discount? No. Oh, shoot. Okay, well, I'll take it. So anyway, don't be that guy. Save $100 by buying it before the end of November. You can visit SchrockInnovations.com. We are closed today for our company Christmas party. So November 20th, we are closed. We will reopen again on the 21st at 10 a.m., just like normal. But if you want to purchase online, you can go to SchrockInnovations.com and use the coupon code HS2022, Holiday Special 2022, and that'll get you your $100 off over there at SchrockInnovations.com. 888-250-2091. All right. Everybody knows that you're supposed to back up your computer. Everybody knows you're supposed to back up your computer. Better than half of you never back up your computer because we just have this faith that technology is always going to work. When you get in your car in the morning, like when I got in my truck this morning, I hit the start button. I expected that truck to start. I had no reason to expect it wouldn't start. When I go downstairs at the end of a long day and I want to fire up my computer and play a game, I expect my computer to work. Just like you do. And just like you, yesterday, for no reason whatsoever, I had a weird glitch. I was playing a game, and there was an interruption in the game. I got killed. I wasn't doing very good. And so I switched to a different task. So while everybody else was still playing out the round, I could actually do some work or get something done. And when I tried to switch back to the game, my computer just wouldn't let me switch back to the game. It wouldn't let me switch to anything. Literally, it was just like the mouse wouldn't move. I could still hear all the game chat in my ear. I could hear that the game was still going on, but I couldn't get to it. So weird little computer glitchy things happened to me too, guys. So I hit the reset button and then it booted back up and everything was fine. Rejoined the game, continued to play, continued to have a really bad game. Got killed a lot. But that's beside the point. When that happens, sometimes, just like with me, it can be just a fluke. It happens, no biggie. And other times it can be an indicator of something way, way worse. So we encourage you, if you don't already have Drive Advisor installed on your computer, Drive Advisor is a free program that we make at Schrock Innovations. You can get it at driveadvisor.com, advise because it's made in America, driveadvisor.com. It's actually because driveadvisor.com was taken, so we couldn't get that URL. So we got driveadvisor.com, driveadvisor.com. But you can get it for free there. You install it on your computer. It doesn't have ads. It doesn't have bloat. It doesn't spy on what you're doing. All it does is it tells you, it'll send you an email, actually, if your hard drive is failing. Just keeps an eye on the smart status of your hard drive, which is great. So lots of hard drives fail slowly over time. So when your computer glitches like mine did, it could just be an indication that your hard drive is starting to fail. Or it could be an indication of some other problem. So knowing if your hard drive is going toward a failure state is a huge tool. But the question is, let's say you go through that horrible experience that is a hard drive failure. Let's say it's a complete failure. Solid state technology is amazing. It is fast. It is so much more reliable. The drives are documented to last longer and perform better than mechanical hard drives. But when they do fail, and eventually they all do fail, when they fail many times suddenly, without warning, in a binary situation. So in other words, binary is a 0 or it's a 1. There is no in between. They either work or they don't. And when they don't, they never work again. There is no in between. If that happens to you and you have that sinking feeling that you just lost everything, that's how people end up in our data recovery lab. And as much as we would love to get paid to recover your data, because we are a business, right? We would like to have business. We also understand that part of protecting our customers is making sure that you know how to back up your computer. So there's a lot of different ways you can do it. What is the purpose of the backup? That's the first question you have to ask yourself. Why are you backing up your computer? That's going to be a large part of what backup you use. If you're using your computer to store photos, and that's maybe some genealogy work, basically just basic files kind of stuff, the file history backup is what you want to do. If you're more of a business user like me and you've got lots of stuff installed and you've got lots of rules set up and lots of automation going on and things like that happening, then you probably want an image backup. We're going to talk about the difference between those two. If you purchased an external hard drive, you may have a piece of software that came with the hard drive, the Western Digital backup utility or the Seagate backup utility. They do back up to the drives. The software is a little spotty sometimes. It's a little difficult to know if your backup is actually working or not. I typically don't recommend those programs just because they're not all identical. They're not consistent. And here's the thing. So you have a backup on your Western Digital hard drive using Western Digital backup software. When you get your new computer, you're going to install the Western Digital backup software and then restore your stuff. That's the idea, right? What if the program on the backup hard drive is no longer compatible with the version of Windows that you have? What if you can't reinstall it? No one ever thinks about that. That's why the Windows 7 image backup no longer works. It doesn't work with Windows 10 and Windows 11 because every time you get a new version, all of your old backups, a new version of Windows, all of your old backups no longer will restore. That's why we pulled all of our customers off the image backup because and put them on file history. So that takes us to the next question. Should you go with a cloud-based recovery service, something like a Carbonite or maybe a OneDrive, or should you stay with a local backup? There's a couple things to keep in mind. Any, and I mean any, online service that you send your files up to, assume they are going through your files. Assume they are doing it for some noble reason, like looking for child pornography to report to the authorities. But know that they are going through your files. It is in every term of service with every one of those providers. Yes, they're encrypted. Yes, they're private. Yes, they can go through them anytime they want, and the government will have access to those files. Should Microsoft or Google or Carbonite or anyone feel the need to give the authorities access, or if they are compelled by a warrant to give access, they will do so. So there's that side of it. The second side, local backups are great. They're very private, very secure. But in the event of a total disaster, think like what happened in Florida. Think how many hard drives got flooded in Florida. If you get a flood or a tornado or a fire, a local backup it doesn't do you any good because it's burnt out, flooded, destroyed, just like everything else. So if you have a small amount of data to back up, you can use something like a OneDrive that gives you a limited amount of free space, and then you can pay for extra space if you want. Apple users are very familiar with this because with your Apple devices, whatever you buy when you bought your phone or your tablet, it's never enough, right? You always end up filling it up, and then you're like, I need more space. And they say, well, just get on the iCloud. Save your stuff on the cloud, and then you can use whatever you want and access it anytime from the cloud. It's not actually stored on a device anymore. It's just in the cloud. People get confused about the cloud. When you hear someone say the cloud, in your brain, translate it to somebody else's computer. That's all the cloud is. It's somebody else's computer. If we're going to save it in the cloud, it's just saved on somebody else's computer. So there you go. Easy peasy. So which backup is right for you? It depends on the type of user you are. I use an image backup because if my computer's hard drive fails and my Bitcoin wallet breaks and my Outlook is trashed and all my rules for all that junk mail that I get, that it sorts it automatically into the trash can for me. I don't know why I'm getting window ads. Renewal by Andersen window ads. It's not actually Renewal by Andersen sending me the ads. It's somebody trying to make money by marketing for them. But man, it's frustrating. Now they all go into the trash, all sorted by their brand names, because I'm never going to buy windows from those people. Put it in the trash. All the pharmacy stuff, put it in the trash. All the Viagra stuff, put it in the trash. Get rid of all the garbage. Well, if I get a new computer, all those rules are gone. So now I'm inundated with spam and I have to write all my rules again. No, I want an image backup so that I can pick up exactly where I left off, which is great. A little more technical to do, a little bit more space to store, but worth it in my case. In your case, for an average user, if you want to check your file history backup, we recommend file history for almost everybody. It's super easy to check. You hit start on your keyboard or click that start button on your screen, and you just start typing file space history, and it'll pop right up. It'll say set up your file history backup. You click on that. If it's already set up, it'll show you your file history. If it's not set up, it'll ask you to set it up. So that's great. There's a little gear in the top right corner. Click on that gear, and it will tell you the last time your backup was completed. It'll tell you where it's backing up to. It'll tell you all the details that you need to know so that you can rest at ease that you have a good backup going. If you do have a Microsoft account, take advantage of the OneDrive stuff if you're not too concerned about people going through your stuff. It's a great backup medium. It's really nice because if you save things in OneDrive and you get a new computer and you sign into your Microsoft account on the new computer, it will automatically pull all of your files to the new computer. It is really nice. It'll automatically set up your Outlook for you again. It is really nice. Very convenient. Not so private, but very convenient. So if you're a normal average home user, use that. No one really cares about your baby pictures, right? So, use that. It works out well. For those of you who are using a backup software that came with a backup hard drive or something different like Reflectium or whatever, I would encourage you to switch over to something like a file history backup. I used to love the Acronis imaging software. It's amazing stuff. They bundled some stupid security software with it now, which is really frustrating. So I haven't purchased the new copy yet to see if you have to take the security software or if it's compatible or if it'll conflict with anything. But I'll check that out for you here in the coming weeks and report back. 888-250-2091. We're going to take a quick break here. When we come back, Microsoft Office 365 subscription or one-time buy standard version. Which one is right for you? Which one should you look for? We're going to answer that question coming up next on Compute This.
Update all of your third-party apps on your computer with Secure Updater. It keeps all your apps running smoothly and helps block viruses. Download it for free today at secureupdater.com. Some people like desktops for their power and upgradability, but nothing rivals a laptop for computing on the go. But why should you have to sacrifice performance for portability? The innovators at Schrock want our customers to have it all, so we created a new kind of laptop, the solid-state laptop from Schrock Innovations. Solid-state laptops are built using the same frame and mainboards as regular laptops, but we've removed half of the moving parts while more than doubling the computer's speed. The result? Laptops that boot to Windows in 6 seconds or less, respond instantly to your commands, and can survive drops that put most laptops into the data recovery lab. Starting at only $499, solid-state laptops give you speed, reliability, durability, and performance for the same price most people pay for a cheap disposable laptop. The next time you're looking for a laptop, check out the solid-state laptops at SchrockInnovations.com or visit any of our service centers. Simple, solid, fast technology is what we do at Schrock. Compute This Pro Tip 299. There are enough mothballed computers in U.S. homes to give one to every man, woman, and child in the country. Many of these computers find their way into landfills where they can leak cadmium, lithium, and other nasty chemicals into the groundwater. Schrock Innovations is very proud of the fact that we recycle more e-waste every year than we create. You can drop off any old or broken computer equipment to our service centers at any time, free of cost. We only charge $15 just for monitors because they are especially difficult to process. No appointment is required, and we accept all computer-related equipment like printers, keyboards, speakers, and accessories. Additionally, the rare earth elements in computers can be recycled right here in the U.S. to reduce our reliance on supplies from foreign countries. Take a moment, drop off your old computer equipment today, and Schrock will make sure it's properly recycled and put to good use right here in the U.S. This pro tip brought to you by Schrock Innovations Computer Company.
Alrighty, folks, final segment of the show. Thank you for joining us today. I want to remind everybody that the service centers will be closed today, November 20th, for our company Christmas party. There will also be no aftershock after the program. Sebastian has asked me why. The answer is because the lovely Kimberly requires my assistance transporting all the items for the company Christmas party. Now, some of you might think, it's a company Christmas party, right? We're all going to show up somewhere. They're going to play laser tag. They're going to bowl. They're going to hang out, and then they're going to go home. No. The lovely Kimberly is involved. Therefore, there are pluses. There are swag bags. There are decorations. So, okay. The thing I've learned being married to the lovely Kimberly for 2 decades is if I can't see the vision that she has in mind, if I can't get it in my head, if I can't put the picture in there, I just need to trust the awesomeness because the vision is there. So about a month ago, she has me go to the bowling alley to purchase a box of used bowling pins. Did you know that bowling alleys sell used bowling pins? Why would you sell a bowling pin? Well, apparently once the finish chips on the bowling pin, they fall funny. They don't fall predictably. So when they get too chipped up or nicked up from the machinery, they have to pull them out of service. And so I pull up behind the bowling alley. And it's like I was doing a drug deal, right? This guy came out the back. He had a cardboard box. I had $25 in my hand. That's what 10 bowling pins will cost you, by the way. And here's $25. Here's 10 bowling pins. Bowling pins are really heavy. It made me wonder about the people that juggle bowling pins. Do they juggle like real bowling pins, or do they are they modified? Because these things are heavy. I would say they probably weigh 5 pounds a piece, 8 pounds a piece. I mean, they're heavy, heavy pins. So now they've been refinished. They've been plussed. They're glittery. They're shiny. There's Christmas trees. There's all kinds of decorations. There's posters. It's nuts, guys. So, I mean, there's a lot of setup that has to happen. There's a lot of work that needs to be done, and our people are totally worth it. So bear with me. We're going to be closed today. There's no aftershock during the program today. I went an hour and a half last week. I'll make it up to you. My wife was like, Thor, that was like a Rush Limbaugh show. And I'm like, I know, right? That's about as long as he talked in 3 hours. I didn't have any commercials to take a drink, though. So I just like cough and hack and then keep going. 888-250-2091. All right. Asking on Facebook, facebook.com/Schrock Innovations, where do you stream? Because a lot of the streaming services are going to start putting advertisement options in, and I suspect strongly that these ads are going to be inexpensive, and the biggest benefit of them is we will be able to geo-target them. So unlike, for example, when I say micro-target, I should say, instead of geo-target, I should say micro-target. So imagine a TV ad. If you only want to show a TV ad to people between a certain age group or in a certain income area or of a certain gender, or, literally check. You can go down the list and really micro-target who these ads are shown to and only show your ads to those people. And then only pay a small amount per ad. It's way better than paying $500 per commercial to run your ad during the evening news at 6 o'clock and hope that the masses see it. And certainly people will see it. Will it be the same people every time? No. And the average person has to see your ad 7 times before they even remember that they've seen it. So not that they're going to do business with you. That's 7 times to remember. So you can see how it gets stupid expensive to do these. When we launched the Des Moines Service Center, I think we spent $50,000 on TV alone. It was insane. And it worked. But wow, $50,000 on media. So it'd be really nice to be able to target this stuff. So we appreciate that. So if you're buying that new holiday special, they're $100 off here until the end of the month. So make sure if you're going to do it, you take advantage of that $100 discount. And you're going to ask me to install your Office 2010, your Office 2007, your Office 2013, any of these obsolete Office packages. It is my obligation as your IT service provider for me to advise you that, yes, I will install this if you want me to. However, this is like asking me to stick the key in the electrical socket and you're going to go touch it. It's not going to end well. Eventually, it's going to end very poorly. In fact, if you use Microsoft Outlook and you try to reinstall Outlook 2010, none of the email services even support it anymore. Like literally, it will not work. So if you haven't done so, when you get the new computer, it's a good opportunity to take advantage of a new copy of Microsoft Office. Now, there are two different main methods of getting Office. Number one, you can subscribe to Office 365. They have Microsoft 365 family. It's like $100 a year. You can install it on a few devices. Depending on how many devices that you're installing it on, this can be a good value. So it can be recommended for people who have 5 devices that all need Microsoft Office because you can install them for one price. Then you're paying $100 a year for 5 devices, and you're going to be able to run that software. You always have the most recent software when you subscribe to Office 365. However, when you go with the standalone version, you pay one time based on the programs you need. So as little as $300, and you get yourself the software, the Microsoft software, that you can use it for 5 years before it's obsolete. Now, you can keep using it after that, just like you can still use your Office 2010 for the most part, but it's not recommended. You don't get security updates anymore. So if you purchase the software for $300 or $400, just depending on what version you get, and you can use it for 5 years, that's less than $99 a year. So if you're in the camp where you have one device that's going to need Office, it makes more sense to buy the standalone copy than it does to subscribe to Office 365. And that's usually what we recommend for our clients. And of course, all Microsoft, some people say, well, I want the standalone copy so I don't have to do the Microsoft account thing. I want you all to know, regardless of which way you purchase Microsoft Office now, you must have a Microsoft account. All right, real quick, can we see if we can squeeze John in here? John, I've got 30 seconds, buddy, but you're the first caller of the program, so I want to get you in here. How can I help you today?
Just, I heard you say something about, obviously, don't click links, but you said something about, I'll copy paste that link and then go to it. Isn't that the same thing? Or did I mishear you?
No, not at all. So when you get an email with a link in it, if you click the link, if it says www.schrockinnovations.com and you click on it, it doesn't mean it's going to take you to schrockinnovations.com. That's what it's showing you. So if you right-click on the link and say copy link, and then paste it, you can see where it's actually going. Thanks for the call, John, and that makes you the winner. Congratulations. You got yourself a $25 Schrock Innovations gift certificate. It's that easy. We'll see you all again next weekend for another exciting edition of Compute This.
From the Amish Furniture of Nebraska studio, your home for made in the USA furniture. This is News Radio 11.